Hi there, I'm Michael. Today I'll be presenting my game pitch, Be Nice. The title is a 2D platformer with an emphasis on being nice. This means, of course, avoiding enemy contact, although you have the choice of being naughty. Should you choose to be nice and not hurt anyone, your challenge will be precise platforming. If for some reason you choose not to be nice, then you'll have to deal with the enemies head on. Of course though, it's not as simple as them just being bad guys. They're just people going about their day. You play as little Billy, who lives in a utopia where everyone is nice. Because if you're not nice, we'll get to that later. Every night, Billy falls asleep in front of his TV set, dreaming of a wide, running river. One day, little Billy notices a power surge in the lanes above. He sees them zooming out of the city and wonders where could it lead. Maybe this is his one chance to see a real river, something you'd never see in a city. And so off he goes on his adventure, being careful to be nice on the way. One of the main gameplay mechanics of Be Nice is the pleasant points. You get these points for being nice, jumping over the adults rather than getting their way. However, should you be not nice, we'll have to send out the pleasantries. The pleasantries have the job of making not nice people nice again, by any means. These pleasantries spawn when you go into the negative of having pleasant points. Kicking people in the shin to get them out of your way is obviously not very nice, and will get you negative pleasant points. The pleasantries will try to get a little handy happy headset on you to make you nice again. Little Billy though can wriggle out of it so long as he has hearts left. The amount of pleasant points a player has will influence the ending of the story. Players who are only nice most of the time will get the good ending. Players who are nice all of the time get the great ending, and players who are nasty all the time get the horrible, no good, very bad ending. Wouldn't want that now, would we? Here's a little mood board to give you an idea of the gameplay inspirations and environment inspirations. The style of the game will also be quite cartoony in nature, being 10 and over. Through each level will be the ever ubiquitous power lines overhead. The platforming is to be precise, so of course it needs to control well, a la Rayman Legends. The environments take you through cityscapes, fields, eventually run-down shantytowns as you get closer and closer to the source. And the final level taking place in a cold electrical factory. Each level will feature a main way of going through it and an alternate path. The alternate path will have trickier platforming, but less people in the way, so less chances to be not nice. But these paths will have environmental dangers of their own. The environments will start off bright and colourful, and steadily, as levels go on, go darker and darker. The enemies vary depending on which environment you're in. The city just have busy adults going about their day. The more rural areas will feature farm animals and farmers. The shantytown will be the most chaotic, and the electrical factory will contain naturally spawning pleasantries, because you're not supposed to be there. Each level will be capped off with a boss befitting of the environment. Each of them have a nice and not nice way of dealing with them. The train conductor, for example, you'll need to bounce across the rail tracks trying to get his attention, avoiding oncoming traffic as much as you can. In this fight, when the points are in the negative, passing pleasantries will be throwing their handy happy headsets, trying to stop your rampage of shin kicking and head bobbing. Whereas the mob in the shantytown will come at you from both sides, charging through without a moment's notice for little Billy. So we just have to last until the pleasantries get there and sort everything out. Getting to the end of the game, depending on what ending you get, will reveal terrible truths. For those of you who dislike a pesky story, however, there's always the arcade mode, cutscene free, allowing you to enjoy the levels in their purest form. You'll also occasionally come across NPCs in the world, letting you know a little bit more about the world you're living in. The intended audience for this game is 10 and over. This is due to the violence being merely cartoon violence. The themes of the story, while a little heavy, will easily go over the heads of younger kids, but they can still enjoy it for the gameplay, hence the arcade mode. The game will appeal to those who enjoy the precise platformers, alongside mechanics that are very easy to pick up, alongside the multiple endings to give you a reason to replay the game. To develop this title, we'll need at least a mid-range computer to develop it in Unity, with the following specifications. We'll also be making use of Illustrator and Photoshop for the art assets. The music and sound assets will be purchased. The game is going to be fairly light, so it can run on mobile and PC initially. Even a low-end laptop should be able to run this. The title only requires a keyboard to actually play the game, or a touchscreen if you're using a phone. Should the game be successful enough, it will eventually be ported to consoles such as Switch, PS4, or Xbox. And that's the end of my presentation. If you have any questions, fire them my way. And remember, be nice.